Welcome to Not Advised, the fantasy football podcast not based on research. So if you lose, don't blame us. But if you win, we're definitely taking credit. Welcome back, guys. It's Matt.
I'm CJ. I think Matt's an idiot.
My name is
Raymond.
JD, and both of those guys are idiots.
I'm Raymond. I'm also an idiot.
We're off to a good start.
And today we have a special guest on the podcast. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Keyshawn, and I do our lead management and our social media, and I'm friends with people that don't know ball.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see about that come the end of this podcast. What a wild weekend of playoff games we had, leaving us with some crazy story-filled weekends to come up because Bo Nix is now injured and not going to play in the championship game. Do you think that Jarrett Stidham will be able to pull it together to get the Broncos a win?
Absolutely.
I knew the
What?
Dolphins fan was going to say that.
I'm guaranteeing
you-
a victory.
You truly can't believe that, right?
I am guaranteeing a victory.
I just want to let you know it hasn't mattered what person has gone against the Patriots. He has always picked the other team and guaranteed a victory. So his word doesn't go
No,
very
the-
far.
They almost lost to the Dolphins earlier this season if it wasn't for a fluke punt return, kickoff return. I'm not believing in them. They're frauds.
Listen,
I'm with you. I'm a professional Patriots hater, so I'm rocking with you.
They've done a lot more damage to you than me, though.
Yo, pause.
Yes.
he remembers all too well in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a very devastating time. Spent that time drunk, a lot of it drunk.
After the pick
Because you
six
thought
on
you
the
were gonna
third
win, or-
quarter,
Probably both.
When they came back, it was over with. I couldn't even remember the rest of the night. My friends had to find me. I was walking down the college street. It was very depressing. It was a very depressing time.
So
Me and my
funny.
brother actually got into a fist fight in the dorms. He's a Patriots fan.
Roll Tide.
Bill's
That
character, though.
sucks.
And
Builds
Bill's
character.
character. And we
Yeah.
haven't been back to the playoffs. And
You're not any.
it's
You're not.
tough. Yeah. It got worse, actually. We just hired something to make it worse. We made it a worse situation.
I disagree with that, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to
I-
that in a minute. Real quick before I bring up. Actually, go ahead, CJ. What were you going to say?
I mean, I don't think Stidham's got it in him. Have you seen what his record is? 1-4, 0-4. Listen, have you watched the Patriots play? That defense is going to eat that man alive.
So that's what I was going to bring up was, Raymond, what was it that you said about the Texans, why the Texans were going to beat the Patriots?
Because of the defense, and they should have beat the Patriots if it wasn't for, that bum at quarterback, CJ Stroud.
Oh,
God,
okay.
dude, he's
let's
terrible.
not call him a bum. Let's
Dude,
not call
he's
him a
terrible.
bum.
He's
He's
a
awful.
bum.
He's having some bad
He's
games.
Awful.
He
Some.
is not a bum.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're right. He's not a bum. He's a bust.
He's
He's
not
a
a
bust.
bum. He's a
That's funny.
God.
But can Stidham play that much worse? Like, it's going to be a more
Yes.
considered game plan. The defense is just as good as Houston's, pretty much. If CJ Stroud throws half the interceptions, they win that game.
Yeah, that is a fact.
But you don't think Stidham will throw more interceptions?
No,
Yeah.
I think
No.
Sean Payton's going to hold him, kind of keep the training wheels on. They're going to be a lot more conservative in the game plan.
You can't tell me that Bo Nix throws 85 times a game. He literally we looked it up last week. He has like 600 more passing attempts than whoever we compared him to. The offense can't change that quick in 1 week. Like they're gonna expect too much out of Stidham. They're gonna be down or in a close situation, and he's not gonna be able to make that third down throw. He's
If they're
gonna-
down,
That's
then
not
yeah.
going to guarantee that he can't make the throw.
He can't make
Like-
the throw. Have you seen the
Okay.
quarterbacks on the Patriots? They're gonna just absolutely know what's coming.
I trust Sean Payton. I think he's going to do its best for his backup quarterback, and I think they got it in him.
And it
Right.
is very likely that Drake May has a very bad game, fumbles 3 times, throws 2 picks. One of them gets taken back for a touchdown, and the Broncos win 17-14. So
That boy does fumble a
Wow.
lot. And you see what they did
some
to
would
Josh
say more than
Allen.
Josh Allen.
JD, what do you think? What do you think about this game? How do you think it's going to play out?
I think the Patriots will just handle business. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jarrett Stidham has a good game, but I mean, relatively, a good game on an average day in the NFL versus a good game in the AFC Championship game are, I think, 2 different good games. That's kind of how I see it.
100%.
I agree with that. I will say this. If the Broncos pull this game out with Jarrett Stidham at quarterback, the Bo Nix hate that you will hear come from my mouth will be unmatched. And to me, it will just prove that Sean Payton is the reason that they're winning games, not Bo Nix.
Listen,
I mean,
Other
that's a
than
valid
that,
argument.
See, I don't think that's true at all. Like, I think Bo
I think
Nix is complimentary to Sean Payton.
100%.
I may agree with you unless the Broncos win. If the Broncos win this game, I will spew hate left and right. like I have done all season. But the only thing that I will say is, did y'all see what Nick Foles tweeted after Bo Nix was injured?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Yeah, he took a dig at the Patriots.
Yeah,
Patriots
he
struggle
said,
against backup quarterbacks and like
Yep.
championship
he
situations.
said, Broncos,
That's
keep your head held high because they struggle against backup
That's the other thing.
quarterbacks.
They ain't got no film on them. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I
pretty
Yeah,
mean,
when he was
devastating.
on the Patriots, they did.
right.
yeah, that was
Yeah, but did you see
7
what
years
Babel said about him talking to Stidham's agent in the offseason? I don't know what the quote was, but it was essentially like if he wanted to win, or if he didn't want to win or something, like don't go to the Patriots. And then he re-signed with the Broncos, essentially knowing that the Patriots' life was too hard for Jarrett Stidham and they didn't want him on the team anymore.
I mean, hasn't been on that team for 6 years.
Yeah, it was like this season though, like this as Vrabel took over. Yes.
Well, this is a revenge game. I like
Yeah.
Stidham. 250, 3 TDs, 1 interception, 0 fumbles. I like it.
Y'all are shot out.
That's all he has to
Okay.
do is play a safe game because Drake May's gonna fumble.
Let me
At some point.
Let me actually do some quick research real quick because I want to see what the spread is on this game. It's got to be
If I guess,
Patriots by like 1 million.
I'd say about
The
8,
Broncos could put up 12 by
8.5.
themselves on defense.
12? Nah, you're crazy.
Too
So
tight.
let's see.
I guess about 8.5.
New England's only favored it by 4.5.
That's not bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
I
seen what that mile high atmosphere did to Josh Allen.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that kid's a bomb.
We'll talk about it later.
4.5. The Seahawks Rams game's at 2.5. 4.5.
Yeah.
That's not as high as what I thought it was going to be.
Well,
Rat poison.
That is rat poison.
Let's go through here and
Yep.
and see what everybody thinks that the score is going to be for this game and who's winning. CJ, start off.
Let's see. I think it's going to be about 21.
Okay. All right. And what do you think?
I got 20 last second field goal for the Broncos to win.
Okay.
Wow.
JD.
You're muted, pal.
Thanks. I think it'll be 27.
Okay.
I like the way you
Keyshawn?
think.
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Fortunately, I don't believe in Stidham that much, and I don't believe that they cover. I think it'll be like 28-17 Patriots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got a boy.
I don't know. I
I
haven't
knew I
seen
liked
Broncos
you.
defense?
what?
On that
Yeah.
Broncos defense.
Yeah, on that Broncos defense. Yeah. I mean, listen, that's all I heard was the Texans defense, the Texans defense, the Texans defense, and Drake May still did enough to pull it out. So
It's because
I'm
the
not-
Texans
Texas
was
defense
on the,
did show up. What are you talking about
they
right
were on
now?
the field for 50 minutes.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
crazy.
care if they showed up or not. Drake May did enough to win the football game.
By a long
Did he
shot.
or did he not?
Yep.
Did he or did he not?
No, CJ Stroud
No,
lost that
CJ
game.
Stroud did enough for them to lose that game.
Did
Take away that pick 6.
did Drake May not throw for 2 touchdowns? 3
Three.
touchdowns?
3
Yeah.
touchdowns. 16
Okay.
for 27.
Huh. Seems like he did enough to win the game. How many points did the Texans score?
16.
So that means Drake May's touchdowns would have won them the game regardless.
CJ Stroud could have put up another touchdown.
But he didn't. This is the thing. Y'all are all about ifs, brother. Y'all are all about ifs, but we're talking about what actually happened. All right, let's go to the other side of the ball because we got a little bit to talk about there. Seahawks spanked the
For the record, real quick, CJ Stroud
Yep.
threw. He attempted 47 passes.
Yeah,
That's
4 of them were
crazy.
interceptions.
And 4 terrible
he still-
interceptions.
He still had a higher QBR than Drake May.
Yeah, well, and that shows you how busted QBR is.
Yeah,
Just
let's
saying.
move on.
Yeah, you're just saying how busted QBR is.
Just saying.
Okay, on the other side of the ball, Seahawks spanked the 49ers. Not a lot to talk about there. Rams pulled out a close one, though, after Caleb Williams probably threw one of the best passes of the year to keep them in the game, and then quite literally threw one of the worst passes to throw the game away.
I put that on Caleb. I put that on DJ Moore. He just gave up on the route.
Keyshawn's got a very good point.
No.
Go ahead, Keyshawn.
No. That is all on Caleb. One, as a quarterback, it is your job to read the field and see where your players is going. It is very obvious that DJ Moore was drifting up. He was drifting towards the end zone. If you even look when he gets the pick, the defender is underneath him. But you also notice that he's drifting up because Burden is also coming up. And why would you want to be a wide receiver coming up where the other wide receiver is going? You don't. So what do? You move out of that range. Now, however that route was supposed to go, I do not know. I was not in the film room. But I watched DJ Moore drift up to be out of the way for Burden, and I saw Burden coming up. Where did Caleb throw the ball? To a absolute island. Nowhere near the ball.
Yeah,
Nowhere
but
near.
do you think that possibly Caleb was trying to throw it where DJ Moore was supposed to be going and DJ Moore drifted out?
Okay, even still, I will say yes, that is a possibility. But what I will also say is that doesn't change the fact that as a quarterback, when you throw the ball, look at where you're throwing and where your players are. You can see if his eyesight is good enough. Maybe he got a Jameis Winston problem and he needs some LASIK. But you can see where your players are going. You can see DJ Moore drifting out. If DJ Moore would have kept coming to that ball, that would have had to not only be a diving catch, but he would have had to shift gears in that moment. And to be honest with you, I personally feel like the ball was closer to where Burden was going to be or supposed to be than where DJ Moore even was.
So what you're saying is that both of his receivers let him down. That's what you're telling me?
I'm saying that Caleb Williams is the Kirk Cousins of Patrick Mahomes.
Okay,
That's
buddy.
crazy.
I can see what you're saying. The way I see it, though, is DJ Moore should have cut the corner off and cut across his face and just ran straight to the sideline. But yeah, it was a terrible route concept either way to have Burden and DJ Moore both in the same.
And why did we not go for a check down if all we need is a field?
You play to win the game.
I don't think in that situation they only needed a oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
That's
to tie
right,
it.
because the Rams had already possessed the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they were on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was OT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all they needed was a
Mhm.
field goal to win the
That's-
game.
I mean, that part is on Caleb because he's trying to hit the kill shot, basically.
Yeah.
That's
What did
what he
Matthew
gets
Stafford do?
Nothing. Bunch of bumps.
Matthew Stafford got them into field goal range.
Yep.
And that's
did
why
what he
Matthew
needed to
Stafford is
do.
also better than Josh Allen.
And that's why he's going to be the MVP.
And agree with it.
I do place the blame on Caleb. Whether he was throwing it at either receivers, you got to know, even if DJ Moore gave up on the route, you got to get it closer to the receiver to give him a chance. Even if it was supposed to go to DJ Moore, even if he was paying attention, I don't think it would have been a completed catch. Now, it may not have been a game-losing interception, but it looked like whenever I'm playing Madden and I'm trying to lead the guy and it goes to the next practice field next door. Like, I mean, I from the back view, I saw what Caleb saw. I just think he was a little too quick on the decision.
Yeah, I can see that. JD, what do you think about how that all played out?
I didn't watch it, but I mean, I saw the replay, but I didn't watch the game enough to like really have an opinion. I kind of agree with Keyshawn. Like, there could have been, I mean, regardless of what DJ Moore was doing or what Caleb Williams thought, somebody was on the wrong page.
Right.
And I'm just curious to know who it actually was that was on the wrong page, because that'll give us every answer we need to know. Because it's too easy to throw shade to Caleb Williams in the moment because he threw it there, and then when you look back, it's like, or you look at say one camera angle, it's really easy to see DJ Moore look like he's giving up. So I'm actually curious to see what like the quarterback POV actually looks like relative to like how he ran his route and like if DJ Moore was, say, the first progression in that read.
Right.
And I also want to take into account that if DJ Moore is slowing down and he throws that ball actually just a little bit closer to Burden, that defender isn't close enough to get that ball. Burden's in a one-on-one right there. So it would have been a 2-on-1 if DJ Moore was really going for that, but a 1-on-1 if it was meant for Burden.
Yeah. I did see somebody say, I can't remember which desk person it was at ESPN, but essentially what sucks about this situation is that everyone's going to talk about how bad that throw was and not how good the throw was to get them into the overtime.
That was a
to begin with.
crazy throw.
It doesn't matter as good as the throw was to lead him into overtime. The bad throw is going to stick with him for the rest of his career.
I mean, maybe, but like, again, we're so early in Caleb Williams' career. I feel like we don't need to be focusing so much on, like, this was a great season by them. This was the first season with the head coach. I think that there's a lot to look forward to as a Bears fan. And I think Caleb has a crazy amount of potential. He just needs to clean up some of his mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, just in life in general, though, you don't talk about what people do. You speak about what everybody doesn't do. Nobody likes doo-doo. Everybody likes to talk about the has-nots in life and what you can't accomplish. So I think it's going to stick with them until he wins a playoff game. Maybe not forever, but every time he's going to go back to the playoffs now.
They've already won a
Was
playoff
the whole
game.
Josh Allen kind of cycle.
Yeah, right. Like another playoff game. I know I'm very aware
Okay,
they
gotcha.
won it, but like since this game, that's the only thing people are going to talk about moving forward.
I
3-4 years, like Caleb Williams can be something nice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things he has to improve, like his reads, his completion percentage, his decision making. And I think those are like some of the top 3 things you need as a quarterback. Most people
Sure.
nowadays, like
Yeah.
humans are evolving. You can have an arm, you can run the ball, but can you read a defense? Can you just make a good deciding play?
Yeah, he was the lowest ranked quarterback at a 58% completion pass. Like
That's Desmond Ritter numbers.
yeah, like that sounds terrible. Like to be in the league sounds low. I couldn't do it, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, the output of this game is what gave us some interesting stories going forward, because obviously on the Rams side of things, we have Stafford trying to go for his second ring to go out on top. We imagine that if he gets a ring this year, he probably retires. He probably retires regardless, but I mean, it would be cool to see him go out on top. On the other hand, for the Seahawks, they get a Super Bowl rematch from either their 2014 or 2015 run, where they beat the Broncos and then lost to the Pats. So either way, this is going to be a fun little matchup if the Seahawks get past them. How do we think the Seahawks versus Rams play out?
The Rams Patriots would be a Super Bowl matchup as well.
Yeah. Seahawks, yeah.
I think man, this game, I don't know. I want to see Matthew Stafford pull it out. I want to see them win. And we're talking about defenses earlier. I think that Seahawks defense is underrated. I think they have the pieces on the defense to stop that Rams offense. Now, granted, the Rams could go in the bag and use all 3 of their tight ends, who we know can just change the game. But I'm going to go on experience and say that the Rams pulled it out here, even though I really like the Seahawks defense.
Yeah. Raymond, what do you think about this game?
I love Stafford. I love Stafford.
Me too.
He's my MVP.
Me too.
They gonna do it. They gonna dog walk him. That defense is insane.
With the Seahawks?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's tough.
Okay. It is.
Like,
it is insane.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's not as bad as the 49ers game, but I think it's going to be a 2-score game.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Keyshawn, what do you think about this game?
I got to give it to the Rams. I think the Seahawks is the more complete team, but I'm going to be honest with you. It is very hard for me to watch Matthew Stafford throw a football and not go, man, that's a fucking dog, and think he's going to lose that game. Like, he is always in sync with his receivers. Puka Nacua might put up, if Puka didn't have to play in cleats, he might put up a 400-yard game. I'm not going to lie to you. He gives me backyard kid energy, and I'm telling you, he could go crazy, especially against the Seahawks defense, because it's going to be like, what are we doing? And then all it takes is 1, 2, 3 big plays, and the Seahawks are crumbling. Sam Darnold got too much pressure on his shoulders, and he's not going to, like, turn to Josh Rosen, but he might, like, throw 2 picks and take him out of the game, and now the defense is kind of giving up because they're not used to being in this position, and they might be a little bit tired. I don't know, man. And I really think they should have won that OT game. That game that the Rams lost in OT, that they should have won that. So,
well,
you
we
do bring
have
up a good point, Keyshawn, where I believe we said it on the pod earlier this year, to be able to get to Sam Darnold, it seems to be all you got to do is put pressure on Sam Darnold, and he seems to turn into CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see if Verse and that D-line where the Rams can get to him, but that seems to be what stopped them in the past.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up, is that we've seen Sam Darnold find ghosts in the outfield before. Like, he's scary whenever you put pressure on him. It's scary.
He gets colorblind. You don't know what jersey is his.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. JD, who do you think is going to win this game?
I think the team that's going to win the game is going to be the team that keeps their defense off the field the most. And I just feel like there's so much firepower between both offenses that I genuinely think it could go either way, because I feel like this would be like Sam Darnold's coming out party in a way, because it's like he's always been so doubted, especially like when he was in In Minnesota, it's like, oh, we're going to trade him away because J.J. McCarthy is going to replicate exactly what it was. And then you see what they've done in Seattle, and you're like, oh, no, maybe Sam is the real deal. But again, not taking away, like, okay, if you pressure him, he's going to be under duress and, make some bad throws. But I think my gut kind of tells me, like you, CJ, I think the experience of Matt Stafford is going to carry them through. And I had this thought as you were talking. It's like Matt Stafford is who we all thought Joe Burrow would be.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Like, he slings it, throws
Raymond don't
dots,
like that.
does everything you want him to do, has elite ball knowledge, and
I
he
can see
was,
that.
was he number
But-
one pick overall too?
Yeah, both of them
Yeah.
were.
they
I'll
both were.
say Joe Burrow is Matt Stafford when Matt Stafford was in Detroit.
Yeah,
like,
fair. Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
I think that's a great comparison.
Yeah.
You know what they should do?
Mm.
Move Joe Burrow to the Falcons,
Stop.
and maybe he turns into Matthew Stafford.
That's-
No,
just
he'll turn
bringing
into
it
Matt
out there.
Ryan.
God. Okay, all right. Before we get off of this, let's get some score predictions for this game real quick.
Hey, Raymond.
I think it's going to be 27-14 Seahawks.
Keyshawn?
A
Wow.
blowout is crazy. I got the Rams, and I'm probably going to have the Rams. I think it's going to be another high-scoring game, and I'm probably going to take the Rams 34-28.
Wow.
Just so you know, both of their games this season, they split the series, but it was 21.
Yeah, that's an insane.
What's the
insane
spread on the
score.
game?
It's Seahawks favored by 2.5.
Wow. It's going to come down to the last possession.
Yeah, I think so too. JD?
I'm going to go 28-27 Rams.
I like
What you got,
that.
Matt?
I was going to go 27-24 Rams.
All right, I'm by myself on
Nice.
both picks so far.
That's
Yeah,
not
What's
good.
new?
We know how that goes when we all pick but one person. The minority always wins.
I ain't been wrong on the pod yet, so.
Ain't been right either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And we'll talk more next week about who we think might win the Super Bowl after these teams face off. But let's get into some of this coaching stuff. We haven't talked on it much, and it seems to just keep adding on.
Before we jump into that, I got a quick question. Raymond, I'm sure you probably know this off the top of your head. When does MVP get announced? Before Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be announced probably this weekend, I think.
So after this weekend's games? Or somewhere?
This weekend, like Saturday, I think.
Okay. All right. We've just put a lot of hype into this.
Never mind. Thursday night before the Super Bowl.
Okay. So it'll be the next couple of episodes. We've just been putting a lot of hype into the MVP voting, and I didn't know when it was. Sorry, Matt. Continue.
No, you're good. So yeah, let's talk about some coaches that have been hired, fired, so on and so forth. And since we have such a great guest this week, who is an Atlanta Falcons fan, let's just start off. Let's just start off with the Falcons. Raheem Morris fired after 2 seasons of being the coach. And now, to your disgust, they have hired Kevin Stefanski.
Before you say anything, Keyshawn, do you agree that Raheem should have been fired? Do you think it was time, or do you think he deserved one more season?
Okay, so I do think Raheem should have been fired. I know that's unfair because he only got 2 seasons, but we are in such a win-now mode with having to decide what we're going to do with Kyle Pitts and all the draft, like giving away draft picks and everything else, that the reason that we were losing games was because of bad game management. And yeah, you might be able to get better at that as the season goes, but we don't need a coach like that. We need a coach that is prepared to make the right decisions now. And you don't have to be perfect, but a loss to the Dolphins and the Jets is absolutely insane. And I hate it.
Hey,
But if we
put
wouldn't
PTA.
have lost,
PTA.
if we wouldn't have lost to Miami or the Jets, we would have been the one in the playoffs.
Y'all have
Easy
me
as
believing
that.
in Tua again.
We finished with an equal record with the Bucks and the Panthers, and we tied everybody in the division, and we had more conference wins. We were 7-5 in the conference. Everybody else was 6-6. So we need a coach that is going to have good game management, but Kevin Stefanski is not the answer. And we pulled the trigger too soon, and it was a bad decision. I don't agree with it. And unless he gets to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, it was a bad decision. I always thought we were a playoff caliber team, and if he gets us to the first round and we lose, Raheem could have did that. Like, Raheem could have did that in his 3rd year. I believe that. He went 8-9 2 years in a row. I think there could have been improvements, but I don't think he would have got us to the Super Bowl, and that is why he deserved to be let go.
You hired the two-time, not back-to-back, but you got the coach of the year.
Stop using the coach of the year as an argument for a good coach.
His
That is
agent
a-
sure did.
That goes to a trash can. That goes to the trash can coach. The best trash can coach.
I'm pretty sure like the coach
Outside
of
of
the year
Sean
since
McVay winning it and maybe
2000.
Andy Reid, like,
Yeah, I think the coach of the year since 2018 has been fired. Like
And-
every coach of the year since then.
That's
Andy
cra-
Reid
That's
won
crazy.
coach of the year with the Eagles and never won it with the Chiefs. Mind you, he got 3 Super Bowls with them.
It's basically just the coach that overachieves,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah, and
But-
we don't need that.
Stefanski's got a playoff appearance in Cleveland, right?
He's got a playoff victory in Cleveland. That's why I
See?
think
He's got a playoff victory in
I'm
Cleveland.
a
Against who?
Stefanski fan.
Against who?
It doesn't matter.
The
It's still,
Steelers.
it's still
There's
more than.
remember-
That's their boogeyman.
Yeah, that
the-
is true.
He
Like-
wasn't playing nobody for real. And I love Mike Tomlin, and he's a great
That's-
coach. But they didn't have a winning
A
roster for real.
Playoff victory is
He's
a
just a
playoff
good
victory,
coach.
especially when the Browns.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
Like
underestimating.
nobody thinks the Dolphins are as bad as the Browns historically. We're worse. Like the Browns.
the Browns.
Like that's why like he overachieved with the Browns. He had Baker Mayfield. He got hurt. Management cut Baker. Moved on.
Is it overachieving if you have the number 1 pick and Myles Garrett? Is that overachieving?
Okay,
Is
Myles.
that overachieving if you have
Yes.
Myles Garrett and the number 1 QB out the draft?
Yeah,
With a-
Myles Garrett's a dog.
The historical franchise
He's
like
a
that.
pit
Yes.
bull on crack.
It's not his fault that management decided to cut ties with Baker, and then move on to the Predator. He kind of got shafted there.
Yeah, it wasn't Stefanski's fault. Wasn't his
And I'm
idea.
going to be honest with you. If Deshaun Watson comes back and he plays well, it was Stefanski. I'm blaming Stefanski. And I'm going to be like, this is exhibit A. He got Deshaun Watson, couldn't do anything with it. And now Deshaun Watson is coincidentally playing good. No, it's going to be Stefanski. Stefanski puts his pride above everything else.
Brother, I got bad news for you. I doubt Deshaun Watson plays football again.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think he
he-
does.
yeah.
That man ain't played football in like 4 years.
He got to get paid. They probably going to put him
They
to work.
paid him
And he been
regardless. What
training.
you mean?
He don't need to get paid again.
Yeah, he's already gotten
And that
paid.
guaranteed money.
Yeah,
They got to put him to work. He still got what? A couple years on his contract?
I don't know.
probably.
I can't remember. I
His
think he signed
grandchildren
like
don't
a
gotta work.
5. Yeah, I think he signed like a 5-year deal with them or something like that. It was nuts whenever it happened. So, what do you not like about Stefanski other than his time with the Browns?
I think that Stefanski isn't going to solve our game management problems. I would have preferred a younger offensive-minded head coach. Personally, somebody that would have probably came up with some new, unique schemes. I have a bias with how he treated Shador, and I don't like how he did that. I think that was a pride thing because he didn't want him. And that leads back into how are you going to be treating our team and our star players because of your pride. And if it really comes down to it, when the game is on the line, I don't trust him to make the right call. I don't think I've personally seen him make the right call in the games that I have seen. I get it. He made it to the playoffs. He had a good season. Everybody can have a good season when you're with the team long enough. I will say the only advantage is he's already played with Kirk Cousins. Like, he's already worked with Kirk Cousins. But now that puts in me is like, are you really going to be putting the time into Michael Penix and that right energy into Michael Penix and nurturing Michael Penix? Or are you going to be spending most of your time trying to make Kirk Cousins what you want Kirk Cousins to be because you feel like Kirk Cousins is going to match the scheme that you want? I don't want you putting that time into Kirk Cousins. I want you putting that time into Michael Penix. Kirk Cousins needs to be able to play the game. He is old enough to know what to do. He doesn't need the nurturing and the development and the time. Michael Penix does. And I don't see him doing that either. And I don't like that. I have no faith in it.
Okay.
Just saying, that Browns team that made the playoffs and beat the Steelers, they were 1 score away from beating the Chiefs, too, that won the Super Bowl that year. Like, they went toe-to-toe with them.
That's
Who do they
insane.
have at quarterback, running back, wide receiver?
Baker.
With the Browns, yeah, Baker, Chubb. Chubb didn't have a good game that game, and then their leading receiver was Rashard Higgins.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
listen,
nobody.
that's a playoff win. Yeah,
Yeah,
listen,
that's
you can
crazy.
downplay that all you want. That's nobody out there.
Well,
Baker made it happen.
outside of
Chubb
that,
is something.
He didn't have a good game.
Yeah, he only has like 60 yards. But
outside of that, who's a surprise on this list that we have of coaches. Maybe not a surprise. Who do you want to see that has been fired go somewhere?
Sean McDermott,
Where?
without a doubt. The Ravens.
I actually I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I like him
I
on the
was thinking
Ravens.
he would go
I
there.
think, yeah, and in the situation, and you know what I would love about that? If they make it to the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl, and win, it just adds to our future argument.
Yeah, it does.
To see him go to the Raiders, like if they're gonna draft this generational quarterback, give him a good head coach. Like he's the best head coach available right now.
The best head coach right now would actually be Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but he can't coach. The Steelers own his rights, so he's got to take the year off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, unless the 18 trades for him, he's got to take the year off.
That's just
It's
a
like-
modern day Jeff Fisher.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
what Sean Payton did to the Saints. It's the same thing. So I think the best coach available at the moment is John Gruden, but outside of John Gruden is
He
McDermott.
ain't going anywhere.
No,
He's
I
not
really
leaving. He's not leaving Barstool. I know he
No,
says he
he's
wants
gotta
to,
stay.
but
Nobody's gonna give him a shot. But I do think McDermott's probably I don't know why they fired him. I mean, I get it, but like I truly don't agree with it. I think he's the best players coach on the market.
They say that's why.
Do y'all watch
McDaniel-
John Gruden tape?
Yeah, of course.
Like when he's on Barstool, he breaks down each
Yeah.
team and all.
Yeah, he's still got it.
He definitely still got it, and there's no reason he shouldn't be a head coach.
I agree, 100%.
They say though that Josh Allen knew that McDermott was gonna get fired. That's why he was crying.
No, that makes a lot of sense now.
that's funny.
I was
Oh,
wondering
that's
why
fair.
he was crying.
JD, who are you wanting to see go somewhere?
I mean, I don't
There's
want
a
to see
lot of
Sir
great
Sean
jobs.
McDermott go to like a trash team.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'd also thought of Baltimore. It's like the best possible situation because they do have a complete roster, and it seems like the missing piece for Baltimore. I don't want to say it's coaching because it's not like John Harbaugh can't coach, but sometimes when you have, a new catalyst, a new vision, new leadership with a really
And
great
shake things up a
roster,
little bit.
yeah, just shake things up a little bit. You could get something really, really good.
I mean, that's the same reason the Bills fired him is because they couldn't make it over that.
Yeah,
hump.
correct. Yeah.
I don't think it was his fault.
I don't
No.
think so either. I mean, I think the other part to that is like they're so bought in on Josh Allen. I mean, which rightfully so, he is the first quarterback in forever for the Bills to do something. So, I mean, I wouldn't get rid of him. I'd get rid of the coach before I get rid of Josh Allen.
How does McDermott get fired and the GM get promoted?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
that
no
doesn't
sense
make
to
any
me.
sense.
A lot of
There's
Bills
probably
fans on
something
Reddit
going along on the
were
back end.
complaining about the GM. Like he's not.
They be
building
having their own
flip-flops.
Diddy parties. They best friends.
Yeah, literally.
But I mean,
Jesus.
their starting
don't-
receivers clear secure. Like you got to
Yeah,
do something. better
I don't
than
know how you don't can the GM after drafting Keon Coleman, and he's literally been benched
Yeah,
three
that guy's trash.
games.
No, we're not going to do that.
No. I'm just saying, like, how do you
He's not a
keep that?
number one.
not.
Like he's
Like,
a
how
number
do you
3.
keep that guy? Like, he can't
Because
hit on this.
there's wide receiver development.
Dude's not
and
developing.
His picks aren't bad.
Yeah.
He got Josh Allen. He got Keon. He got James Cook. Did he get Kincaid?
One of those things is not like the other.
Yeah,
Right.
Keon Coleman sucks, brother.
Yeah, he's trash.
Personally, I don't think he sucks. I think
But
there's
I'm
a
not even talking
scheme
about the
issue,
draft.
and I think
like, why
but
aren't they
that's what
signing?
we're saying. Like,
But why aren't they replacing Stephon Diggs at receiver? Like, they were thriving when Diggs was there.
no, the whole
Shakir
reason they
is who
got
they
rid of
used.
Stephon Diggs is because they felt like they didn't need a receiver who wanted the ball too much. So when you create a system like that, a system built around, okay, we need to be able to spread the ball and people are going to want to get open, you then can't say, oh, let's bring in a star wide receiver, because then it makes the decision of getting rid of Stephon Diggs absolutely horrendous. Look at what Stephon is doing on the Patriots. He's
Not-
playing great. Like, he's playing great ball. And
He's
if you
playing
make the
okay.
argument that Stephon Diggs is good, then the problem was never Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm in agreement with that. But, like, to that point, I don't know why. Like, maybe don't get A.J. Brown then, but you can go after a Devonta Smith, or you can go after a T. Higgins, or
They
you
tried
can
to get Jalen
But you bring
Waddle,
any of
but-
those guys in,
Look
they
at me
would.
right now and say you don't
dem-
want A.J. Brown on your team.
not if you don't want a receiver
No.
who demands the ball.
Hold on. JD, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you bring any of those like tier 2 wide receivers in, and they're head and shoulders above anybody on that roster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So
you
it's
have
like, I think
Khalil
by
Shalier.
default, you're going to take a wide receiver 2, you put him on the Bills, and he turns into a wide receiver 1. And in my personal opinion, I think the ego gets to any wide receiver of that status. Not saying that their ego is huge or overbearing or they're a cancer, but it's kind of like they know they are the alpha in that wide receiver.
So, Keyshawn, real quick, I think you're misunderstanding. We're saying if you take one of the wide receiver 2s like Devonta Smith, T. Higgins, they will be immediately better than any other receiver on the Bills.
And why isn't the GM trying to pursue something like that? Like, why are you satisfied with now 2 or 3 years in a row with Khalil Shakir? I don't even know the kid's name.
And
why are you
who
okay with
said
him as your receiver 1? Yeah.
They did. The Bills did, which is why they got rid of Stephon.
No, again, yeah. No, but again, so like my thought process on this is you said that if you think Stephon Diggs is good, then he was not the problem. But he was not through gameplay, but through attitude. Like you can't have that kind of toxic mentality on your team. And that's all Stephon Diggs did, bro. Like he just threw fits on the sideline.
His attitude's changed now that he's on the Patriots. Now he just beats people off the field.
Yeah, and that's the exact same reason why CJ said something about not wanting to go get A.J. Brown, because that's another attitude problem. Not saying that A.J. Brown can't make it work, but he's, obviously you've seen some of his temper on the Eagles. So
first, to say you don't want A.J. Brown on your team because of his attitude or whatever is absolutely crazy. Same for Stephon Diggs. The only person that might be able to argument for is Antonio Brown.
That's a wild.
No, that's the same thing.
Listen, he's the only one, but I don't think that's a fair take because the problem has always been Josh Allen not being able to perform when necessary, and I think the Bills have a great team. As much as everybody wants to call their receiving core average, I think they have great tight ends. I think they have great tight ends. I think their wide receiving core is at least B tier. And they did that because they don't want to put the pressure of Josh Allen having to get the ball to anybody specifically. But then to be like, let's go get a wide receiver 2 to bring him over here to be a wide receiver 1, but also let him know he's still a wide receiver 2-3 system. It's psychologically bad for the team.
I think I don't know where you're getting this from, that they got rid of Stephon Diggs because of the pressure of Josh Allen getting someone the ball. That's not what it is, bro. It's the fact that Stephon Diggs would cry when he didn't get the ball. Like,
literally.
I don't think there's any issue
I'm
with
bringing up that I'm not getting the ball because I'm Stephon Diggs. I'm getting... You remember how when I was screaming about Drake London being a top wide receiver and we just need to get him the ball, and we were and I was telling you about how Desmond Ridder wasn't able to throw him the ball. And then soon as we got Kirk Cousins is throwing him the ball and he's having 100-yard games. It is the same concept. Like, have faith in your receiver.
I think to safely land this plane, think we could all agree and put our differences aside that the GM is not making the right decision, right?
Yes.
Like, we're all in agreement here that if they're firing McDermott, they need to fire that GM because he's clearly not making the right decision. Their tight ends are their leading receivers.
I agree with that.
It's almost identical to the Baltimore situation. Like,
yeah,
both MVPs.
I was thinking about that.
You're not surrounding the MVP quarterback with enough talent, catcher-wise. I mean, the Bills have
Zay Flowers.
If Lamar has Stephon Diggs, he'd be in the Super Bowl.
I doubt that very seriously.
What'd you say?
If Lamar had Stephon Diggs, he'd be in the Super Bowl. That's
no way.
Definitely not
0%.
true.
0%.
Is there anything else that y'all want to touch on these head coaches? Obviously, there's a few more, like Robert Saleh going to the Titans. John Harbaugh got the job with the Giants. But is there... Obviously, Pete Carroll's no longer on the Raiders. Is there any of those that you want to touch on and talk about?
I like Saleh to the Titans.
Yeah, I think that was a solid pick. I'm so glad they didn't choose Matt Nagy.
Rumor is he's trying to bring in McDaniel as his OC too, because they're BFFs.
Oh, that'd be disgusting.
That would be.
I like that. And McDaniel's over there teaching Cam Ward how to read the field and coming up with the plays.
That would be
That'd
dirty.
Be sick.
Yeah, insane. I do think Brian Dable is going to be the new head coach of the Bills, though.
Oh, that's fitting because that's where he came from, right?
Yeah, he's born in Buffalo, and
that's
favorite person ever.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, Josh Allen them thrived under him whenever he was the
Yeah.
OC. I mean, he
Yep.
knows how to run that offense. I think the Titans nailed it with Saleh. I just hope they give him enough time
Yeah.
because the NFL is such like a need to be win now situation, and
Yeah.
that team just sucks, brother. I mean, that
They
team.
could use a Mike Rabel.
I
I think
mean,
if they get more than 3
that's
wins, they keep
wild.
him.
How many?
3. I think if they can get more than 3 wins, they keep him. Like, if they can finish the season with 6 wins, 7 wins, I think with the right coaching staff, they can win the division. I think Cam Ward has a great arm. He throws strong balls. I think if they can maximize Calvin Ridley, who do they got at running back?
Tony Pollard and the other guy.
Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
Bunch
Yeah.
of
If they can
RB2.
maximize, I think
Yeah,
Spears
literally.
and Ridley, like they can do
Ridley.
something. Salah's going to improve that defense,
Get
get them
about 5
touched
games.
up.
It looks like looking at their schedule.
That's a win for that first year.
If
Yeah,
they
just-
keep the offense on the field, I think Tennessee could be dirty.
Yeah, I mean they're in
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
great division where I feel like it's always going to be competitive every year.
It feels a lot like Chicago before Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of that. Those are the vibes I get.
Yeah, you can feel the build up for next season.
Plus, they got like a nice draft pick, and they should be able to get like a top 5 player in the draft. I think.
For the
Yeah.
record, this is the Titans last year in their current stadium. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Nashville maybe calling.
If the Titans get a good OC, I like Cam Ward for at least 4,200 yards. I'm calling it now.
Especially if it's McDaniel. I think
Yeah.
the most intriguing job that's open, I mean, it's got to be the Raiders, right? For like the 5th year in the row.
Mhm.
But now
Yeah.
they just have the number 1 pick.
You said
and
attractive job,
most intriguing. I don't know.
intriguing.
I don't know if attractive would be the right word. I don't
They
know
got
if
a
anybody wants to
Top
go to
2
Vegas.
tight end. They got a very good running back. They don't have nearly any receivers.
I just think it's like with the Raiders, it's like their front office is the entire problem. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like they've always
100%,
been
and it's
able to
always
pick
been.
really great pieces, and it's like the head
Unless you're
coach has
John
been
Gruden.
so exactly unless you're John Gruden, but it's like I don't know.
They
I
need
just-
an
I don't
offensive
see them
coach with all those
succeeding.
weapons.
Yeah, I don't see him succeeding. I just think it's going to be interesting
Who takes it?
and intriguing who takes it and what do they do? Do
You know
they
You know what
do
I
they
think about the Oakland Raiders? I feel like taking the Oakland job is kind of similar to taking the Saints job last year. It was such a
Yeah.
like, I don't want to go there. I don't like the front office. Like kind of similar vibes. They were trash before and after Sean Payton. So it's like, well, who's
100%.
going to be willing to take that? And it's
That's
like,
a
I think
great
Kellen
comparison.
Moore, it was just a diamond in the rough, and we kind of got honestly lucky with him because he said no at first for a reason, and then I don't know what happened.
Money.
A similar situation
Money.
with the
Yeah.
Raiders. Yeah,
They backed
exactly.
up the Brinks truck. But I think if you're the Raiders, though, you gotta like your best bet is to bring in an offensive coach that's a coordinator, right? Like a Kubiak. I mean, I don't think you go with someone who's already been a head coach. We just saw how that pans out, time after time. But whoever they hire, brother, they gotta give them more than a year. I
Yeah.
don't care what they do. They gotta give them more than a year. I think they hire somebody and then trade out of the first pick. I think Derek Carr put it best. There's too many other holes in that organization.
To
Yeah,
go get
Mendoza's
some
not having any
Mendoza.
Mendoza's not going to
expectations.
fix all those problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mendoza's just he's gonna turn into a demon, bro. He's gonna go from Tim Tebow 2.0 to Johnny Manziel in like 6 games.
I think they should follow the Bears model. What they did, they had the number 1 pick, they traded it back. Panthers got Bryce Young.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
and the Bears also got lucky with the Panthers sucking that bad. But you still trade it, get a haul. I don't think the
Yeah.
coach mattered much this year, to be honest. Like, I think they could hire somebody just to fill the gap, and then maybe pick somebody
How
better.
many gaps are you gonna fill, bro? You gotta have your long-term coach eventually.
I mean, I get that, but nobody really wants that job right now. Like, that's the problem. So
You
you're
offer
gonna have to
enough
just
money, I guarantee you somebody will take it.
but like,
But
you
my
just got to
thing
take who you
is,
can get.
though, I don't know who's gonna trade up. Like, who could they possibly trade back for? That's the most.
If they do trade, it's going to be probably within the top 3 picks, the Jets or Arizona, and the Jets could be very desperate.
Yeah.
The Jets have an okay roster. It's better than the Raiders.
Sure, I agree with that.
So I think Mendoza would come in and thrive better with Garrett Wilson, Mason Taylor, Brees Hall, the backup running back. I forget his name, out of
Isn't-
Wisconsin.
Bryce isn't he a free agent?
He probably is.
Was
but
it Braylon Allen?
Braylon Allen? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's-
I
he got
do
hurt.
agree with that. That point is I mean, I guess if you're the Raiders and have to pick, you pick Mendoza, right? So it's not like you're the Jets and it falls to you. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just an intriguing.
I don't think Mendoza's the best player in this draft by any means, but
yeah, it's Ty Simpson. But I think the Raiders' job is the most intriguing. It is going to be wild to see who ends up there. I think it's going to be. It should be somebody that's probably not coached before, and they're going to be after the money. Who happens to be an offensive-minded guy?
Who knows? Maybe they just
who knows
wait the year, get Tomlin next year.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's rein the coach talk in. I need everyone to buckle in for a minute. We might be here for just a hot second as we start a new little segment here. We're going to call this segment Let's Argue, where we have haters versus believers. Okay? And today's topic is something that a lot of us have been stirring up about recently, where we have Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Obviously, we joke around a lot and we talk about Lamar being a bum, Josh being a bum. We obviously should put our differences aside for a second and say that they're obviously great quarterbacks. But I think one is better than the other. I know Keyshawn is very opinionated about this. Before we start yelling at each other, JD, what do you think about Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Hey, that's somebody. I don't remember who that is, but that's somebody.
When you
Interesting.
And the problem with Lamar Jackson is he's never been able to have everything put together.
I think to play devil's advocate real quick before it's my turn is there's a reason Harbaugh moved on from Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson as quickly as it did because of that potential, that ceiling that you were talking about, versus Josh Allen. He just got thrown in. You know, he had to be the guy versus Lamar got to be the guy. I think that's a clear evidence between the two. Raymond.
Yeah, and obviously we saw quite a bit of that, by the way, with Josh Allen having to be the guy because his first 2 years were awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Raymond, go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts.
And he has it
correct.
Yeah, exactly. He's always on the field.
Availability is
huge.
Best ability is availability.
Yep.
But I don't think it's close. Like let's just say you're starting a team on the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neutral roster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
You guys are freaking
have
crazy.
You have a better chance with Lamar. I love this. You have a better chance with Lamar Jackson to go win a game on the Jets than you do Josh Allen.
So let me ask you this question. Why do you think that you have a better chance with Lamar Jackson to win a game than Josh Allen?
Because he has a higher completion percentage, higher passing yards per attempt, everything. He's got better legs. He's faster. He's more of a threat. The defense is going to have to play a whole different game compared to what they're going to do against Josh Allen.
You're insane using these stats as if they're like super far apart when the completion percentage all time is off by 0.8%.
It's higher.
And
it's a better chance.
And only 0.4 yards on the average throw. That's
a 64.8% chance is higher than a 64% chance.
But it's not like that's not the biggest difference maker to say that
he's
you
thrown
would
half as many
Lamar
interceptions.
Jackson over Josh Allen.
Half as many interceptions. I don't even see the fumbles on here.
Yeah, well, Lamar's fumbled more.
That many for Josh Allen.
Lamar has fumbled more times than Josh Allen in his career.
How many?
It's only 5, but it's more. So if you want to use 0.8% as a fucking factor, then 5
more, 5 total.
5 more total. 5 more total.
How many more interceptions have he thrown?
Josh, I've already admitted to that. Josh Allen has thrown
40
more. Okay. All right. Now, okay, you're going to get me fucking yelling here in a minute. Josh Allen has also thrown 40 more touchdowns than Lamar Jackson. What do you have to say about that?
That's Jameis Winston.
Always down.
Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston will throw you 5 touchdowns.
I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this, but touchdowns also win you games.
And half of those touchdowns came against the Dolphins. You can't even count that.
That's not a real stat.
Brother, it's like 4 games he's thrown those touchdowns.
For the record here, you were talking about running with Lamar, right?
Yeah, bring it up.
Josh Allen has 79 rushing touchdowns. Lamar has 35.
It's a different play style.
Like what?
Can I make my argument real quick?
Hold on. So Lamar's got 6,500 rushing yards to Josh Allen's 4,700 rushing yards. But I would rather have the guy who has more rushing touchdowns than rushing yards.
And less rushing attempts.
That's a crazy statement.
Riddle me
I
That is a
want
crazy
points.
statement because Josh
I
Allen is
want-
getting 1
what?
yard, 2 yard rushing touchdowns.
No, yeah, because
Well,
that's
Jalen
exactly what I'm
Hurts.
thinking. It's like
Yeah,
Lamar's
Jalen
going to push
Hurts.
it down the field when you need to push it down
Lamar
the
is
field.
getting up the field
Guys,
with his legs when someone
I
isn't
want
getting
my
open.
quarterback to
Hey.
throw the ball. I want him to throw
That is-
the ball.
Real quick,
Yeah.
real
No,
quick.
you want your quarterback to lead the game. That is
Yes.
no. You
Re-
want your quarterback to lead the game.
Yeah, and Josh Allen has done that more times than Lamar Jackson has.
Yes.
Clearly,
Who has
he
a better win
he has
percentage?
So many more touchdowns.
I got
So many more
I like you.
touchdowns. Also, if we want to talk about the yards situation, Lamar has over 200 more attempts rushing and only 0.6 more of an average than Josh Allen. So you're telling me that with 200 more rush attempts, he couldn't get 30 fucking touchdowns?
Josh Allen Love is literally built from that playoff game against the Chiefs. Like
No,
everybody's
it's
like, oh,
not.
he could beat him. He could beat him. He never has.
No, okay, but if we want to bring up playoffs, I was hoping that y'all would bring this up. You want to bring this up because
It sounds
Josh
like you
Allen
guys
is-
have.
Yeah,
For
they've
this
been taking notes. They've been watching.
No,
tape.
no. First of
I
all,
know.
this whole thing
I
started
haven't even got to
because
speak.
this whole
We're
thing.
not done.
I'm
We're still
I'm
cooking.
gonna let you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you. Actually, I want him to speak before we bring up the playoffs because
Okay.
everybody wants to talk shit about Josh Allen in the playoffs. But we'll talk.
Do you
about
guys just
Lamar in
know
the
who we
playoffs.
were going to pick?
Yeah, we've been arguing about it for like a month.
I know who Keyshawn's gonna pick for sure. I know
Yes.
that.
Oh, yeah, me
This
too.
really started because me and Matt were going Lamar Jackson versus
Go ahead,
Josh Allen.
make your point, Keyshawn.
We don't have to bring up the playoffs right now. We can save that argument. I think that Lamar Jackson is a significantly better quarterback and game manager than Josh Allen. When it really comes down to it, Lamar Jackson has probably won more than Josh Allen. I don't know the exact percentage or whatever, but I'm willing to bet that Lamar Jackson has won more. I will also say that Lamar Jackson probably has less turnovers than Josh Allen. Josh Allen might have more passing yards than Lamar Jackson. Okay. I also will state that Lamar Jackson will play less, less time than Josh Allen. But even outside of that, Lamar Jackson himself is so good that he set an NFL record. But because he is so good, they gave the MVP to Josh Allen because they wasn't sure if he would ever have another chance to win it.
It's the LeBron effect. They got tired of voting for
That's
Lamar.
not
They
how
got
that
tired
works.
of
That's
giving
not
it
how
to
works
him.
at all.
They got tired of giving the award to Lamar Jackson because he rightfully deserved it. He rightfully deserved it. That season, last year, 4,000 yards passing and almost 1,000 yards rushing, which has never been done. He had set a new record. He had a QBR that tied Aaron Rodgers. He had more passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, and less interceptions. He had one less win that season. And my biggest gripe about John Harbaugh is he's a good coach. But as he got older, he got significantly more conservative and he wasn't game managing properly. He just wasn't. And that goes into how are you using Lamar Jackson? When it comes to, it's like Lamar Jackson is someone that is going to come out there, organize the team, get you up the field, and he doesn't care who scores the touchdown. Even though I think Josh Allen has the better offensive line, wide receiver core, tight end core,
Not
but
true at
that's
all.
a different argument. He is going to get the ball up the field, and whoever needs to score will score. He's going to trust what the coach says. He might have some complaints about it later, or his attitude towards how things played off is going to sound like a South Florida nigga. Like, I'm going to just be like, hey, I ain't in charge. That's not my responsibility. I clock in and I clock out. I come do my job and I go home. And I got to respect that. But Josh Allen will literally want to be Superman.
No, he has to be
And
Superman.
He has to be.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't
No,
have
he
anybody
doesn't.
on his team. He doesn't.
Okay. Y'all say he doesn't have
can't
anybody
tell
on
me.
his team, but will have a top O-line, the number one rushing leader, and all of his
When
tight
have
ends
the Ravens
are
not
great.
had a good offensive line?
Or
What was
a
that
good
play
running
right
back.
before halftime where he just ran the ball for no freaking reason, threw it backwards, and cost the team 3 points?
When has let's not move away from that fucking question.
I don't think
When
the
in
Ravens have really
Lamar's-
had a good. I don't
They've
really think
always
the
had a good
Ravens have
offensive
had a
line.
great O line, like a top. I don't think the Ravens have had a top 10 O line in like 4 or 5 years.
I
4
think they've
5.
had a good
But I think
O-line
what
his whole
makes
career.
the O-line
His
like
whole career.
seem like it's good is because Lamar's scramble ability is going to come down to, I know that the pocket is folding here. So I'm going to move here, and it's going to look like a design when it's not a design. It is Lamar Jackson being great. And if we do want to shift to the playoffs, I want to establish that the reason Lamar Jackson wasn't in the playoffs this year is because a kicker that they had couldn't make a 40-yard field goal. Last year, they had a chance to send the game to OT, and his number one tight end dropped a 2-yard pass. The year before
Maybe he should
that,
have thrown a
when they
better
had a
ball.
chance to win the game, Zay Flowers had the ball, fumbled it, and in that same game was taunting and cost him yards. When Josh Allen isn't making it, it's because Josh Allen is making mistakes. When
Because
Lamar
Josh Allen
isn't
having
making
to
it,
do
it's
everything.
because he's having faith in his team, and his team is letting him down. And you can pull up whatever stats you want when you make your argument. Go crazy. Joe
Come on,
Burrow's got
preach,
more
brother.
passing yards than Lamar Jackson, but I don't got Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson. I think that when you watch ball, Lamar Jackson is showing you, I am the best
Yeah.
person on this field. I'm going to lead us to
100%.
a victory. If we don't win, it is simply because I trusted my people when I shouldn't have. While Josh Allen will do is go, I'm not trusting my people, even though they're good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Superman and I'm gonna fumble the bag.
I got two
Agreed.
questions.
Agreed.
Two questions. Who's got more MVPs?
Lamar Jackson.
Who's got more Heisman Trophy winners?
Lamar Jackson.
Case closed.
Who has a unanimous MVP?
Who has more playoff wins? Who has more
Who's
playoff
been to the Super
appearances?
Bowl? Neither one of them.
Neither one of them. So
We're
that's
arguing
what I'm
Your
saying.
playoff wins mean nothing if you're not doing anything with them.
It does, because you act like Lamar is such a better quarterback, but he can't
Hey,
fucking win in the playoffs either.
They both got their coach
Both
fired.
did get their coach
No.
fired.
The kicker for the Ravens got his coach
Yeah.
fired. I want to establish that.
He
The
was
kicker
being
for
fired
the
either way.
Ravens.
He was getting fired either way.
Neither one of them can beat Mahomes, so we're just arguing who's Mahomes' son.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is true.
And that's a whole different argument.
And it's
like,
Lamar.
all right, this Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. But two, if we're arguing over who's two, I got Lamar. Josh Allen could be 4 or 5.
Josh Allen's just
Josh Allen
behind
behind
Matthew
Matthew
Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah, I got him behind Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford, to be honest with you.
Joe Burrow
Well,
should have won the MVP last year.
I have both Lamar and so, but
And
I'm
you
just
have a fair argument for Matthew Stafford.
Josh Allen has a winning record in the playoffs, and Lamar doesn't. So it's tough to sit here and say that one's better than the other, and then we critique one's playoff performance whenever he's won more times in the playoff. He's 8-7 in the playoffs, and Lamar is 3-5.
Yeah,
I would be
Lamar
honest
sucks.
with you. The best comparison I can give is Giannis is Lamar Jackson, and James Harden is Josh Allen. And I'm probably willing to bet that James Harden probably had more play wins than Giannis, but Giannis was the better player. And even if you want to take even if we're not arguing like the championship, because Giannis does have a championship, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Lamar Jackson is actually showing up. Lamar Jackson is showing up in the playoffs. Now,
No, he's not.
No,
He's
he's
not.
not.
Just
No.
made the fucking point.
The beginning of his career. No, the beginning of his career, he struggled. More recently, we focus on the more recent of their career, these last 3-4 years. The
He
problem
has
not
3
been Lamar
wins
Jackson.
total in the playoffs.
My
3
God, but
wins
the problem
total.
hasn't been Lamar Jackson, and that is what I'm establishing to you. You can talk numbers all day.
It's
Numbers
always
don't
That's
mean
turning
anything
into
when
a
you
beef.
watch
is-
the game.
What's so hypocritical about your argument is that everything is Josh Allen's fault and nothing is Lamar's fault.
Never
It's
said
so
nothing
dumb.
was Lamar's fault.
Yeah,
I
you
spec-
pretty much have. That's all you
No,
argued.
no.
This whole time.
Lamar is a significantly better game manager and player. Significantly better game manager and player. And that is what you're missing. Lamar Jackson might have 2 turnovers in that game. Josh Allen will finish with 5 or 6. And
You're
that
only
is a
saying that
big
because he
difference
just finished
maker.
with 4. One of them wasn't even his fucking fault. Brandon Cooks should have held on to the ball.
Okay. Hey, I just said that about Zay Flowers, and we just said that was bullshit.
That's
So how
because
many
they
times
fired
Nobody
him.
Nobody
said that was
Mark
bullshit.
Andrews.
I never said that was bullshit. With the Mark Andrews one, I
Okay.
said that Lamar should have thrown a better ball.
How many times have you seen
It
Josh
hit him
Allen
in
in a
his
playoff
chest.
game just lateral it to nobody? Twice.
Once,
Twice.
twice.
Twice. What
Twice.
was twice?
Like 5 years ago. It was like first playoff game.
I
But like,
remember.
why does
the
that
one-
keep happening?
It's the coach's fault.
He's volatile. He's just volatile. Josh Allen is a volatile quarterback. He will, and I'm not saying he won't give you a great game. I'm not. Josh Allen can give you a great game. But if I had to trust somebody, there is 5 minutes left in this game or 4 minutes left in this game, and we need a touchdown to win, I am calling Lamar Jackson. Because if I put Josh Allen out on that field, he might do something so stupid that I lose my job for no reason.
First of all, he didn't lose his job for no reason. Sean McDermott is part of the reason that they haven't had playoff success as well. So let's not place blame
It's fair.
ridiculously.
You're right.
But also,
You're right. That was no exaggeration.
I want to bring up that this whole year for the Bills, we've CJ's had a saying on this podcast this whole year. The Bills are going to Bills. And the reason for that is because Josh Allen pulls shit out of his ass and wins them the game when they shouldn't win the game. You know what has never been said ever is that the Ravens are going to Ravens. No, because Lamar doesn't win.
Lamar doesn't win the game for his team.
Lamar does not win games.
I'm about to log off.
No, he doesn't. Instead,
Raymond.
Go ahead, Raymond.
Devil's advocate here.
Yes, sir.
Josh Allen has to do that because he puts his team in a position to already lose the game.
No, sir. No, sir, you're wrong.
That is also a very fair argument.
Josh
Allen will fumble the ball and turn it over a whole bunch of times.
That's why everybody thinks he's so good.
No, sir.
And then also, Lamar Jackson will be winning. Hey, what's Lamar Jackson's win percentage for his career versus Josh Allen?
They're about the same. The range I got for Lamar was 6'9", and the range I got from Josh Allen was 6'8". So they got the same.
Teams plays
6-7.
six games a season.
That's what
6 games a year against the AFC East, and one's in the AFC North. One's a lot harder than the other.
That I will take the argument. That's a very valid argument.
Like you got the cookie Miami Dolphins.
You got the Browns.
You got the
keep going.
You got the Brownies, the New York Jets. And then for the past couple of years, the Patriots. Obviously now, whatever they developed, but they were a free game. That's 3. What was that? 6 gimmies a year?
Brother, you have the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals have talent. They don't care about winning.
And if you're complaining about Mike Tomlin as a coach, you technically have the Steelers too. So
yeah, for the last 7 years.
Don't run back on your argument now for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Tomlin's a winning quarterback and never had a losing season.
Winning coach, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, winning coach, you know that.
Listen, first of all, Keyshawn, first of all, I'm not arguing that. I'm saying that Raymond has made the argument that Mike Tomlin is not a good coach. Therefore, he should be including the Steelers in the case that...
I include the Steelers, but they're good. Like, he's a good preparer. Like, he's a tough coach to face.
I think the Ravens will always end up having tougher comp, but Lamar Jackson
is
have you watched him?
Yes.
Have you watched him play football?
I watch him play football, especially in the playoffs. Dude just gives up. They're down. He's got to go to the locker room. He gets hurt. He craps himself. He can't make the throw. He runs the ball. Like, he passes it. His tight end drops it. Like, I can keep going.
But we're understanding that if Lamar Jackson
just so happens to
3
throw the ball
wins
behind
and 5 losses in the playoffs, and 3 of those 5 losses is on players on his team not playing well.
But the thing is, no, here's my thing. If we're going to blame anything on one quarterback, we have to say that quarterback didn't do a good enough job in the playoffs. So Lamar not winning in the playoffs is Lamar not taking control of the game and winning the game. So you can't say he's a better player.
No, bro. No, that's crazy, because that's like saying this isn't a team sport. That's like saying this is not a team sport.
But you're acting like it's not a team sport.
Only go to the quarterback ever in the history of only things. And that
pretty much
the wide receiver doesn't matter, the O-line doesn't matter, the defense doesn't matter. Like, what are we really talking about? We're not talking ball.
I mean, we're talking ball.
You're taking out the whole team. And I'm establishing that the difference between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson is that when it comes down to it, Lamar Jackson is trusting in his team and his team is letting him down, when Josh Allen just ends up making mistakes. If we don't even want to just talk about this specific playoff game, just his playoff games in general, the problem is when the moment gets too tight, he overthrows his players and they're like, well, if they were faster or they jumped higher, it would have been okay. No, he should have threw a better ball.
Let's okay, it's
we
the same argument,
but we'll digress.
Yeah. Okay, so let me what is the
Lamar will throw a ball and the argument will be they dropped it. There's a difference between somebody having the ball in their hands and them dropping it and the ball not being near them.
I think, one second, Raymond, what the fuck are you? What is the 3 and 2?
3 Lamar Jackson votes on this podcast. 2 Josh Allen's.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. And here's
That's
my
funny.
thing. I think y'all are dumb, but that's neither here nor there. I think that if you're gonna blame Josh Allen for trying to win the game, you should also blame Lamar Jackson for not trying to win the game. So that's just my argument there.
You're not going to persuade me
let's-
Lamar Jackson doesn't try to win the game.
I mean,
He's
that's
given up
basically
every
what you're
time
saying
I've
to me.
ever seen it.
You're telling me he's putting faith in his team, but then you're also saying that Josh Allen is trying too hard, not letting his team do it. So if Josh Allen didn't try hard,
I'm saying Josh Allen is overthrowing the ball or turning it over.
All right,
He's trying to be Superman when he doesn't need to be.
We've got to wrap this up. Listen,
I've got one last comment.
Okay.
There's only one of them cries at the podium after the game. The
Okay,
one that
that's-
cares too much.
the one that cares, yeah, the one that
The
actually
one
cares
who
about his
cares
team.
too much.
But anyway,
That's your argument. Okay.
let us know what you want to hear us argue about next in the comments. Until then, guys, I will see y'all next week. Keyshawn, thank you so much for coming on. It was truly a blast. I love arguing with you. We'll definitely have you on again. Be sure to tune in to our college portion as well, where Raymond gets to go over some opinions he has. And I will catch y'all next time.
Toodles.
Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, please follow us on all socials at Not Advised Podcast. Again, this was Not Advised Podcast, the fantasy football podcast based off of vibes and opinions. So if you stay winning off this nonsense we are spitting, we want to split in.